Hi and welcome to this video. In today's video we are going to learn the greatest single card shift there is. It's called the Buckley Shift by the great Arthur Buckley. Here's how you do it. Welcome to this video. What we're going to do today is show you probably the greatest single card control there is that hardly anybody uses. It's by Arthur Buckley. It's called the Buckley Shift and can be found in the great book called Card Control by Arthur Buckley. Let me give you a demonstration of the shift. What happens is a spectator chooses a card. Let me just make sure the cards are in frame. Let's just say they choose the 4 of clubs. You square the pack up, and with that the 4 of clubs comes to the top. So let's go through that again. Let's do it once more. Let's say they choose the King of Hearts this time. You see that? The King of Hearts, you square the pack up, turn the deck over, and with that the King of Hearts is on top. That is called the Buckley Shift by Arthur Buckley. Fantastic move, and one move that is definitely underused by many magicians. Let's get into the teaching of it. Okay, with the Buckley Shift, as you can see, you're moving one card, controlling one single card, so it's different to a pass where you're moving packs. You're only actually shifting one card from one position, either to the top or bottom of the deck. Let me just run it through you. What's going to happen, you have a card selected. Let's have a look at this one. What's that? The 9 of diamonds. What's going to happen is, in the act of squaring up the cards, you're going to maintain the break. It's quite a big break there. You're going to leave all 4 fingers holding the card. So this is in the act of squaring the cards up. Your other hand comes over, and what happens is you slide that whole card out with your fingers, just like such. So there's the deck. You've slid that card out. From the back, it's quite evident. Actually, there's 2 there, but it don't matter. You can see how far that slid out. This hand covers this action. What happens now is the corner, the bottommost corner here, goes in between your pinky and ring finger. Right on the joint there. Can you see that? I'll extend it a bit out so you can actually see that. And what happens is, as you just squaring up the deck, you're going to separate these cards here and slide them under the bottom. Or that should be a single card, sorry. Just for that, it happened to be a double, but it's just where they were stuck together. Let me show you that again. So what happens is, you have a card selected, the 5 of spades, you square up the deck, you slide the card out. Under the action of squaring up the deck with this hand, you slide it out even further so it goes in between your pinky and ring finger. Can you see that corner sticking out? Obviously you wouldn't normally do it that far, but just for demonstration purposes, there it is. And now in the act of squaring up, you separate the hands into a 90-degree motion, like such, and you just slide the card back underneath, like so. So in real time, let me show you what it looked like. They have a card selected, call it the Ace of Spades. You slide the hands together, and that is the Buckley Shift. How do you practice it? Let's go through it again. So all you're going to do, have a card selected, the 8 of diamonds, you close up, you slide the card out, just like so. As your hand comes over that, it goes in between the joint of your little finger and ring finger in that corner. In the act of squaring up the cards, you do a slight raise of the hand to separate, so you're in this position. Now this is only for a very split second. It's literally maybe a 1/10 or 2 of a second you're in this position, and then you pull it back onto the bottom. Okay, let's try and do it this way so you get a full view. Let's say they select the 2 of hearts. In the act of squaring up, you slide the card over in between the joint of your little pinky and ring finger. You separate and you slide. As quick as that. Now obviously you can do it the other way around and it brings it to the top. So you have a card selected this way. Let's say the 4 of spades there. And in the act of doing that, you've controlled it to the top. Obviously it has many purposes. If you do control it to the bottom, obviously it's really easy to bring to the top with just an overhand shuffle, just like that. It's no problem at all. So let's go back over the learning and teaching of it one more time, just so you're familiar with it. A card is selected, the 2 of diamonds. As the cards are squared up, this hand changes position, so now it's covering. So as a card selected, like as you would normally spread, as you're closing up the spread, this hand changes to an over the top position. The card is slid out in between the pinky and ring finger joint, separated and slid onto the bottom. Okay. And let me just show you that hand move again, the way you change it. So if someone selects a card like this as you're spreading, that's the card, the Ace of Spades again. You would normally close up the spread like this. As it hits that card, you change your hand from this position to this position. So it would actually be, that's what the spectator would see. But for learning purposes, I'll show you this way. Actually, I'll do it this way because it's probably going to help you. Now that Ace of Spades, is still out. You come in, it goes in between the joint of your ring finger and little finger, just there on the joint. That's going to give you all the leverage you need to pull it up and pull it on the bottom. Let me just go over that to show it from this angle. Let's do the King of Hearts. So you slide it out in between the ring finger, get the leverage and just slide it out in the act of squaring up. Little bit of movement and it just looks like you're squaring up the deck. Let's do it one more time in real time. So you have got, it's a bit of a weird angle. You wouldn't obviously do it this angle, kind of. You would actually be down lower. They select a card. Let's have a look. The Jack of Spades. In the act of squaring up the cards, you've controlled it to the bottom. And then if you need it to the top, it's a simple choice, simple overhand shuffle to get it to the top. It's a great shift. Use it all the time. It's one of my favourites. It goes undetected in the act of squaring up. Once it's done, once your card control's done, you hand the deck to someone else. They can hold on to the deck. You know exactly where the card is. No problems at all. So let me. I'll just show you very last time how to practice this. Card selected. Let's turn it over face up so you can see it. As you go to close up the deck, this one remains out with your 3 fingers on the bottom. This slides over the top, but the card is still out there. As your hand comes over the top, you're going to hide that your hands are pushing the card out even further in between your pinky and ring finger join, just like so. That gives you the leverage to slide it on the bottom in the act of squaring up the cards. And that is the Buckley Shift. I hope you enjoyed it. That is the card control, single card control called the Buckley Shift, created by Arthur Buckley, a great card magician. It's in his book Card Control, which I'll link down below. If you have any comments about this shift or anything I can help you with, please do a comment, do a like, and if you like this channel, why not subscribe? Thank you very much, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.